video, you guys, we're going to be breaking down the upcoming matchup between the Raptors and the Atlanta Hawks tonight. Give you guys a little game preview here. The Raptors only got 4 games left in their season. The playoffs are coming up quite quickly here, you guys. Pretty stoked to see what the Raptors can do come playoff time here. It's looking pretty good that the Raptors will be locked into the top 6 here, you guys. Obviously, 1 or 2 more wins, maybe even 3 out of the 4, will definitely help us solidify that 6th seed, even if... I think if we can win 3 out of the 4 games coming up, you guys, I think we could even sneak into that 5 seed and overtake the Chicago Bulls right now. I believe we're tied with them. Got the same record. They got the tiebreaker on us at the moment. But they got a tougher schedule down the stretch here than we do. They got 4 playoff teams, I believe, down the stretch, or at least play-in/playoff teams. I think we only got 2. We got Atlanta and Philly, and then we got 2 bottom-end teams in the Rockets and the Knicks to finish off our season. So at worst-case scenario, the Raptors should be able to go 2-2 over the Final 4, but I think we can be able to squish it and go 3-1 over the Final 4, lock into that 5 seed, you guys. Should be a good little matchup tonight. The Hawks have been coming in on a pretty hot stretch here. They're on a 5-game winning streak right now. Obviously, the Raptors are coming in after that loss to Miami, ending there. I think we were on a 5-game winning streak before that loss to Miami. Ended up losing 114-109, and Kyle Lowry's return to Toronto. Nice to see him back in TO. Sucks we weren't able to beat Miami's ass down. We had a good first half there. Unfortunately, just squandered the opportunity in the second half and allowed them back into the game. But nonetheless, man, you have to lose eventually. I think I'd rather have taken the loss anyways rather than win out the rest of the season. I know we are on that 5-game winning streak. It's a little bit scary sometimes when you're going into it, and if you go into the playoff round winning 7 or 8 games straight, you're due for a loss at some point in time. Last thing you want is to have your hot streak end at the start of the playoffs. So, it's good to get one of those losses out of the way. Like I said, if we can end up finishing 3-1 down the stretch here, I think that's definitely going to benefit the Raptors heading into the playoffs for you guys. And then the heads-up record versus the Hawks this season. We've played 3 games versus Atlanta. Raptors got a 2-1 record versus the Hawks so far. Hawks won the most recent game in a blowout. That was one of the games coming out of the All-Star break. We lost by over 20 points. So hopefully the Raptors can bounce back nicely in this one in the final game of the season against the Atlanta Hawks here. Raptors are coming into this game as well with a 21-17 home record. Obviously, we're the home team in this game. The Hawks are coming in with a 15-23 road record. So you definitely got the upper hand advantage playing on the home court. They're not a very good road team, obviously being 8 games below 500, so that should definitely play to the advantage of the Raptors in this one, you guys. Raptors are also sitting 7-3 over their last 10 games. Hawks are also coming into this one at 7-3 over the last 10, so you got two teams that are playing really good basketball at the moment here. Like I said, the Raptors just lost finally after that 5-game losing streak to Miami. The Hawks are coming in on a 5-game winning streak right now after a big victory over the Brooklyn Nets over the weekend by a final score of 122-115. Ice Trey sealing the deal at the end of the game there with a dagger 3 ball on the Nets in that game. He usually shows up pretty big in those key moments, man. Like, I'm not a huge fan of Trae Young, but I got to give the guy credit where credit is due. He makes some big-time clutch shots and clutch-time situations. Even in the playoffs last year, he was making big-time dagger 3 balls on the Knicks when they ended up roasting up the Knicks in the first round. I mean, he was making big shots against Philly when they ended up knocking them out in the second round. So, like I said, he's not one of my favorite players, but definitely got to give the guy credit where credit is due. He can make some big-time shots for you down the stretch. And he did that against the Nets over the weekend there to seal the deal in that game, you guys. Right, real quick before we start breaking down the injury report and the keys to the game here, if you guys can go ahead and like this video, if you like sporting content like this, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're looking for more sporting content like this in the near future. I'm getting a lot of support on the channel lately, you guys, and I greatly appreciate it. We're going to keep coming out with as much content as possible for you guys. However, though I am moving this week, it's going to be a little bit slow on the content department here for the next week or so. Just going through the moving process here. So just going to be a little bit busy with some other things. But nonetheless, you guys, this will probably be the last video for this week. And then hopefully sometime this weekend or earlier on next week, I should be kind of settled in and be able to get back onto the YouTubes, making some more videos for you guys. But without further ado, man, appreciate you guys watching. Let's go ahead and start breaking down some of the injury report here. We'll start off with the Toronto Raptors here, you guys. Not too bad in the injury department right now. We got Yuta Watanabe's out with a quadricep injury. Not a huge deal because he's, one of the lower-end bench players for us. Hasn't really been getting a lot of minutes this season. So not a huge deal that he's going to be missing this one. OG Anunoby's a game-time decision with a thigh injury. Fingers crossed he's able to go. Definitely going to be, an added benefit to our team if he's able to go in this one. Obviously with his defensive capabilities and the ability to knock down that three-point shot at a consistent clip. So hopefully OG's ready to rock here. He'll definitely be a key contributor to the success in this game if he can go. and play in this one. And then over on the Hawks side of things, you guys, we got John Collins is still out. I believe he's got that broken finger. So he's still out of the lineup here. Bogdanovich is a game-time decision with a knee injury, as well as Danilo Gallinari. He's also a game-time decision with a knee injury. So there's just really two good role players in Bogdanovich and Gallinari. If one of those two can't go, that's definitely going to benefit the Raptors. But like I said, they're both game-time decisions at the moment, so we'll have to kind of wait on the verdict for that to see if both those guys are going to be playing in this game or not. Obviously, having John Collins helps out a little bit for the Raptors as well. He's a decent three-point shooter as well as a rebounder down low in the post. So nice to have him out of the lineup there. Should give a little bit of an added advantage to the Raptors in this one, you guys. And then we'll go through some of the keys to the game as well here before we round out this video, you guys. Probably the biggest key to the game that I got for the Raptors' success tonight is shutting down Ice Trae. Like I said, he went off in that game versus the Brooklyn Nets. One of the biggest reasons they were able to seal the deal and take that victory against them. He's averaging 28 points per game and 9.6 assists on the season, basically 28 and 10 on the season. So this guy can really facilitate nicely as well as score from pretty well anywhere on the floor. So I think, one of the huge keys to the game for the Raptors here is going to be able to shut this guy down, have him shoot a low shooting percentage, make sure we're contesting those long three shots. Because even if he's shooting, a deep three ball, if he's not contested, that's just as easy as him shooting right from the three-point line, even if he's 5 or 6 feet back from that three-point line. So we got to make sure we're contesting all of his three-point shots, making life hard on Trae Young early and often in this game, kind of get him flustered and out of his game early in this one. I think that'll help the Raptors a lot, being able to seal the victory. I just don't see them having enough back-end scoring depth to be able to take down the Raptors here tonight if we can hold Trae Young in check in this game, you guys. Then the next key to the game I got for the Raptors' success in this one, you guys, this is a huge one, especially with the playoffs coming up. We got to hit them fucking free throws. I mean, if you go ahead and look at that Miami game, we didn't shoot terribly from the line. Definitely could have done better. I think we ended up finishing 79% as a squad from the line. I think we missed 6 or 7 free throws total. We had like 33 shots from the line against Miami. I think we finished like 27 to 33 or something like that. Maybe even 27 to 32. But obviously losing the game only by 5 points. If you're able to just drain, 3 or 4 more of those free throw shots, you're right there within a 1 to 2 point game. You only need a basket to tie or take the lead. And there's been a few games this season as well where the Raptors have lost just because of our poor free throw shooting. The last thing you want to see is, squandered opportunities in the playoffs here. Where you lose by 3 or 4 points and you ended up missing 6 or 7 free throws in the game where you could have easily took in the game if you just had made your free throws at a consistent clip. So that's definitely going to be another key to the game in this one. I think you guys, if we can shoot over 85% from the line, making sure we're hitting them at a consistent clip here, I think that's going to be crucial for the Raptors' success down the stretch, not only in this game, but going forward into the playoffs as well. We really got to make sure we capitalize on every single free throw opportunity that we get, in my opinion anyways, you guys. And then the last key to the game that I got for the Raptors here, you guys, we got to play that full team game today. I really want to see Nick Nurse utilize that bench a little bit here. I do not want to see, Fred VanVleet and Pascal and Scotty and those guys playing 40-plus minutes tonight, especially with the end of the season coming up here. These guys have been just grinding it out all season long. Freddie's still dealing with a nagging knee injury, even though he has been playing more consistently lately. But my goal in this game, at least for what I'm seeing, you guys, if we can try and keep our starters 35 minutes and less. Malachi Flynn's going to be back in the action. Will he play? Who knows? It all depends on what Nick Nurse decides to do with the lineups. But he is not on the injury report right now. So I think it'd be a good opportunity to get him back into the fold a little bit, get him back into a flow, and make sure Fred VanVleet's not getting overexhausted in these games at the end of the season when we're pretty much locked in for a playoff spot already. We really, like I said, I feel like we could probably win 1 game out of the next 4, and we'd be able to clinch the 6th seed. And I'm thinking we're going to need to win 3 out of 4 if we want to clinch that 5 seed. I think the Chicago Bulls will probably at best go 2-2 over the next 4 games. But other than that, you guys, it should be a good game here. I definitely think the Raptors should be able to take this one, especially after losing to Miami. They're going to have that bad taste in their mouth. They're definitely going to want to get back on track here with a big win versus the Hawks. Obviously, we got Philly coming up on Thursday, which is another good matchup against a playoff team. So you definitely want to take advantage of the Hawks here. They're the worst of the 2 teams, in my opinion. So we want to definitely get the win versus them before we set up that big-time showdown versus Philly on Thursday. And then, obviously, we got the Knicks and the Rockets. The last 2 games of the season there, to close it out here, you guys. So fingers crossed we can seal the deal in this one. Should be a good game. That pretty well rounds it out for this one, you guys. I guess I'll give a little score prediction here. I do think it'll be a high-scoring game. The Hawks really don't defend that well. I'm going to go 115-105 for the Raptors in this one, you guys. I think our defense is going to be pretty stout. I'm going to say we hold Trae Young under 30 points in this game and under 10 assists. And I just don't think he's going to get a lot of extra role player scoring from his teammates in this game. I think he's going to be kind of left out on an island there. I think the Raptors are going to do a good job bouncing back in this one, especially after losing to Miami. Kind of squandered that one because we should have won versus Miami. Like I said, it was just a bad second half. Allowed them to get hot from the three-point line. As long as we do that in this game, we hold them down at the three-point line. Don't allow them to get rolling. Keep Ice Trae in check. I think the Raptors will be just fine for a victory here, you guys. Try and improve that record to 46-33 on their season. So should be a good one coming up tonight. Would love your guys' opinion in the comments section down below. What do you think the Raptors' chances are of taking this game tonight? And you think we got a good opportunity to take down Philly on Thursday as well? Would love your guys' opinion on that in the comment section down below. Like I said, that pretty well wraps up for this one, you guys. Please go ahead and like this video if you like sporting content like this. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're looking for more sporting content like this in the near future. Thank you guys so much for watching, man. And this is Nizzy with Nizzy Sports Channel.